Breaking off the top at 6, an update on that breaking news out of the Outer Banks this afternoon. The Coast Guard says they're searching for a 4-year-old boy swept out to sea while walking with his mother.
Coast Guard officials tell us it happened at Kill Devil Hills Beach. The boy was knocked down when a wave crashed in and then pulled him into the water. His mother kept an eye on him and called 911. The Coast Guard helicopter from Elizabeth City and boats from the station at the Oregon Inlet are now responding. 13 News Now reporter Robert Boyd is also heading to the scene. We will update you once we learn more on the situation here and on 13newsnow.com. All right, turning to the weather, gloomy skies over Virginia Beach Town Center. You see it right there. And an afternoon storm brings a couple of rumbles of thunder. This storm stretches from Cape Charles all the way to the Outer Banks. Looking live at Kitty Hawk, where within the last hour the rain started to fall. Most of this has moved out to sea, but the showers are sticking around. Our team continues to track its path. Let's get started with Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lawson.
Yeah, we had not only a line of storms, but those storms were severe at one point. We had a severe thunderstorm warning a little bit before the 4 o'clock segment started. Probably saw the little crawl across the bottom of your screen if you were watching. Now the main line, the bundle of energy that caused it, has moved basically pretty close to Tangier Island and is moving offshore. So all the strong to severe stuff is out ahead of it. And as a result, the only place left with any real significant storminess is down here around Roanoke Island, around Wanchese up there toward the northern end, around Manio, and then back towards Stumpy Point. That is all moving to the east, as you can see, relatively quickly. So probably within a half an hour at the most, that one should be gone. And then the main one that came through Virginia Beach is now well offshore. What were a couple of thunderstorms are now sort of falling apart and degenerating just into a few showers. A couple more showers up there near Gloucester Point. But in general, things are really winding down, with one exception, at least back inland, one exception. And that's moving into Bertie County, rapidly moving shower. Might have a little bit of thunder associated with it. You can see a couple of leftover showers or a storm still later this evening. I think that's overdone in terms of how strong a storm. At this point, I don't expect any more strong to severe storms, maybe a rumble of thunder, if that. But by late tonight, we'll be clearing, conditions will cool off, and then I have a lot of clear skies after that in the extended forecast. I'll break that all down in just a few minutes. All right, thanks, Jeff. It was the Valentine's Day attack that left a woman dead and her estranged husband charged with murder. Joseph Merlino was accused of using cyanide to fatally poison Ellie Tran. Today, he lost his fight to move his trial and block some of the evidence. 13 News Now reporter Allie Weatherton was in Virginia Beach today as that decision was reached.
It was a Valentine's Day tragedy.
For more than a year, Joseph Merlino's case involving the murder of his estranged wife, Ellie Tran, captured the attention of many.
Now with short hair and a mustache, Joseph Merlino faces a judge again.
And that's just one reason his attorneys were in court today. They wanted the judge to grant them a venue change. In the end, it was denied. Merlino's attorneys believe the extensive media coverage could have tainted potential jurors. The defense argues there's around 400,000 people in the city, and they only need 12 jurors. And that's not the only motion denied by the judge today. Merlino's attorneys also wanted certain items found at his work and house, like guns, ammunition, chemicals, and tactical gear, to be excluded from evidence. Their reasoning, it could possibly prevent prejudice with the jury. The prosecutors say those items are very relevant to the case, especially because they believe Merlino allegedly killed Tran with chemicals. They also believe he was wearing some sort of gear when the crime allegedly happened. Merlino was wearing a yellow jumpsuit in court today. Jail officials tell me it's because he's being uncooperative in jail. His trial is set for June 19th. In Virginia Beach, Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now. We are staying on top of a developing and tragic story out of Norfolk. A mom and her boyfriend are charged in the death of a 2-year-old girl.
13 News Now was there as Shelby Love and John Hardy went before a judge this morning. Both face felony charges. They're still behind bars tonight. 13 News Now anchor Philip Townsend walks us through what happened in court today.
David, Regina, this is a tough case to hear. Today, the pair were in the same courtroom together. Hardy glancing over at Love, but Love did not look back, and at one point, she got emotional. Now, we dug into the court documents. They reveal Hardy's criminal history, including strangulation and child neglect. Last night, the couple were charged with felony child abuse and neglect in connection with the death of Love's 2-year-old daughter. Early yesterday morning, a man called 911 about a child found unresponsive. We got a hold of police radio traffic. The caller said the child was scalded in the bathtub, had a seizure, and then turned blue. Once police pulled up to Sandy Beach Apartments in Ocean View, officers found burns on parts of the girl's body. Medics rushed her to CHKD, but doctors could not save her. Now, neighbors tell us the little girl was full of life and loved to dance. Today, a judge appointed attorneys for 23-year-old Love and 33-year-old Hardy. Their bond hearing is set for next Monday. In the studio, Philip Townsend, 13 News Now.
Right now, the search is on for a carjacking suspect in Hampton. Police tell it happened around 11 last night at the Super 8 on Thomas Street. Investigators revealed the suspect got out of the passenger seat, pulled a gun, and told the driver to get out. The suspect took off with the car and hasn't been seen since. If you have any information, give the crime line a call. Now to Newport News. Police say a woman was drunk when she crashed her SUV. Strapped in the back seat, a 2-year-old girl. Tonight, Jasmine Vaughn faces DUI and child neglect charges. It happened just before 3:30 near 16th Street and Ivy Avenue. Police say Vaughn smelled like booze and wasn't sure where she was. Officers tell us someone was hurt in the crash. We're still working to find out who medics treated.
For the first time in a decade, the French Navy is training alongside their U.S. counterparts right here in Hampton Roads. 13 News Now military reporter Mike Gooding tells us the exercise will take the French aviators to a Norfolk-based aircraft carrier.
They are America's greatest ally dating back to the Revolutionary War. Now the French military is here at Oceana training with the U.S. Navy. Next stop, the USS George H.W. Bush.
The French Navy's Dassault Raphael M fighter was on full display at Oceana. France has sent 12 of the jet fighters along with 1 E-2C and 350 sailors and naval aviators to deploy with the Bush this spring as their nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, the FS Charles de Gaulle, finishes scheduled maintenance. They'll join Carrier Air Wing 8 for an exercise called Chesapeake 2018. It is the first time the French and U.S. navies have trained together like this in 10 years. The French are fired up.
To see how the U.S. naval aviation is training so that we can try to take what's good from it, and we try also to show them that we know how to work too.
Their American counterparts are equally enthused.
I've been active duty for 18 years, and this is the first time I've got a chance to do something like this.
And getting to experience some of that shared history and just a little microcosm of the Navy here for a month is a unique experience that I'll treasure.
So to have an opportunity for the French Navy to come over and train with us today and basically improve our ability to fight alongside them, you know, it's not lost on me how significant that is and what a wonderful opportunity it is.
The exercise runs through May 27th. Mike Gooding, 13 News Now.